Great. I think the live streaming is enabled. So here today, we have 3 topics that we will need to discuss, and there are 3 topics. One is to discuss and determine the timeline of publishing the security audit report. And also we can have a timeline for the blog post. The blog post will be taken by the OSTIF team. They committed that they will write a blog post on their website, and our action will be, we will repost their news on our blog post and maybe amplify it on CNCF. Just double check. Can you see my screen? I'm currently sharing the agenda items.
Yes.
Okay. Next.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Ian Shui. Next, we're gonna do a quick check-in on the V1.3 release status, because we are currently released several repositories. We can have a quick think on those release status. And last topic is currently we will need to review the next milestone. It's actually the V1.4 milestone, because there are only 2 issues assigned to this milestone. We can check and maybe do a quick triage on those issues without milestones and see which should be picked into our upcoming milestones, especially for V1.4. Do you see any further topics or questions you want to include in the agenda items?
So yes, I do want to discuss one thing.
Oh, Pritesh, welcome back. I am not aware of you just joined.
I just joined. I was late by a few minutes. So I should have someone from my team joining this call, but apparently they are running. I think they are running late, so they should be here. So I wanted to introduce them, but anyway, so as you already know, like I'm into another project, so I won't be spend much time here. I had a discussion with Vani, and since we won't be able to review all the PRs in timely fashion, what I want to propose is I want to remove the requirement of the de facto we had here is like every PR, every Golang PR needs to be reviewed by someone in AWS. I want to drop that requirement for at least couple of next months. So basically what it means is any of the notation PRs, we should be able to merge any of the notation PRs even if they don't have approval from our side.
So, Pritesh, you are proposing the previous PR merging process and relax the hard rule of having at least two approvals from different organizations.
Yes.
Yeah, I just find the historical proposal from Midland, which was proposed 2 years ago.
Yeah, so it's like the third point which says for more than a week, I want to completely drop that requirement. Is it it's fine to have a maintainer since I won't be able to contribute much, and so I think we should drop that requirement itself completely for at least notation code base basically. This is what I'm proposing. I pinged on the chat. Probably you can copy paste that.
Yeah, I'm looking on the chat. So for org maintainers, please also take a look at the proposed governance change from Pritesh.
I want to make sure that you guys are not blocked because I won't be able to review PRs in timely fashion. How do you want to proceed with this change? Like, should I open an issue and then we want to vote on it, or just to maintain the history of what changes we are making?
Shui, you as a org maintainer, do you have any advice?
It seems we don't have this document anywhere, right?
Yep, we don't have it formally documented anywhere in our governance doc.
In my memory, there's only one open discussion opened by Million 2 years ago. I think what we can do maybe is continue the discussion of these proposals here in this discussion, because we don't document the PR merging process in our governance doc. This is kind of the default conventions that we are following and respect in the community, right?
Yes, and in case we have a third organization, it's a big problem if we document the stuff here, right?
Yeah, I think maybe we can adjust some wordings here. We don't need to specifically mention that every pull request require AWS review and approval. Maybe we can explicitly to say that now we don't need the PR merge process will not requires at least 2 different organizations to approve on it. I think the second rule should be enough. Just require 2 approvals for each pull request.
I mean, I think works for me since we don't have it documented. We can just go ahead with the new convention because we haven't formally documented that we need approval from 2 different organizations in any of our governance doc. So theoretically, we don't need to make any change here. It was just a convention which we were following.
How about we transfer this discussion into an issue and move it to the .github, the governance repo. Then we align the criteria, the PR review criteria, with the proposals from Million and Pritesh you just mentioned right now. Finally, we can document the reasonable process in our governance doc. I think having a formal document in the governance guidance would be the thing that we're gonna follow it in the long term.
So I'm not sure whether we should add that in our government doc also, governance doc. Because I haven't seen it anywhere in any of the open source project governance doc.
Yeah, I don't think we need to update any governance doc because from our governance doc is it's very clear that and also we enforce those rules in each repository. As long as we have enough maintenance approval, we can merge the PR. And this discussion here, I think, is from any historic discussion, and we will, I think, in the near future, we will kind of relax this convention from history point of view. I think for now we can just, as Pritesh shared in the chat, we can start working in this way, and later on once because Pritesh will not or have a limited time in the Notary project once his successor, and when Wani is back, we can have some other further discussions on this historic criteria for PR review. Yeah, that's my comment. And there is no need to transfer this discussion to any governance issue at this moment.
Yes, I agree with E, because in the end, the vote should come from the individuals of the maintainers instead of their orgs. But as you know, we will have diversity in the community. That means we don't have a overwhelming organization in the group that we have a lot of seats here. Yeah.
Okay. What's your advice to proceed with Pritesh's proposal? Should we move it to, should Pritesh move it to the comment in this discussion?
I can comment, but I'm not sure how much weight it add if we add a comment in discussion. Since it was a defect, it was an unspoken convention. It's an unspoken convention we were following. It was not documented anywhere, so I'm just removing that one.
Yeah, I would suggest that we can wait when one is back. We can think about how we handle this historic convention, and we finalize when one is back.
Cool. If you all agree, then let's wait for mine to come back.
Okay.
Also,
Anything else from
yes.
from
Also, since
Pritesh?
Josh is here, Josh would be like would be around representing would be a representative of AWS signer. We have a Josh here on the call, so he would be attending most of the meetings on my behalf.
Hey folks, let me
Hey Josh.
come on video. Sorry, I was late joining. I had to set up Zoom. Yeah, I'm sort of taking over Pritesh's place now that he's transitioning out. I have just for background, I have some familiarity with the work we've been doing with Notary Project on the signer side, but I am not. I'm still going to be taking some time to ramp up and sort of get familiar with what's going on and how everything's set up. So nice to meet everybody. I'll mostly be listening at the moment.
You're welcome, Josh. We're so glad to have you in our community.
Yes, welcome, Josh.
Thanks, folks.
Welcome.
Welcome, Josh. Nice meeting you.
Welcome, Josh.
For every future commission, please add Josh to all of them, and Josh with a single point of contact if you need to ping or anything engineering related queries.
Josh, are you already in the CNCF Slack workspace? We have a dedicated Slack channel for maintainers to discuss and ask any questions.
No, I haven't been added to that before. I think Pritesh tried to add me and it didn't go through. So
It's actually a public Slack channel. If you visit the website, we have a public website, and there's an icon on the right bottom. So if you click on that icon, the Slack channel icon, you will be asked to register a new account and join the Slack channel.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, I'll follow up on that.
Yeah. In general, most of the project-related discussions, issues, and pull request related discussions will be happened in the Slack channel. Yeah. And that is a public channel for maintainers and also users. We use that channel to keep our daily discussions.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good. I'll follow up on that.
Thank you, Josh. Again, Josh, do you have any specific questions, especially when you onboarding to the new project?
I will probably have questions in the future, but at the moment I'm still sort of catching up on Protesh's transfer notes and some of the other things there. So nothing at the moment.
Okay. Okay, folks, let's continue. As we align that we will publish the security audit report by end of this week, right? So I think yesterday, the OSTIF security audit team, they updated the security audit report with up-to-date security advisories. I think for maintainers, we may still need to take a final look at the security audit report and see whether it is ready to publish it in next maybe 2 days. Any thoughts or advice for publishing the security audit report? If no specific concerns, I think we just follow our current process to finish the final review of the audit report. And also, after we aligned the audit report and related content, I think we will go with publishing the audit report in the community and add a pull request the audit team to add a pull request to the specification repository and also the website. Yeah, I saw your hands up, but you can raise down.
Yeah, sorry, I just wrongly pushed the button. Sorry.
No worries. So Shui, I believe you have published those 2 security advisories in Notary Project GitHub, right?
Yes, that's right.
Do you have anything that you want to share? Maybe those are public, but we can wait until the report published.
Yes, those security advisory are now public, and everyone can see those things. So because the patch version is the RC version, but some yeah. But as you can see, one of the advisory is that you can see it's from the 1.2.0. So it's a bit urgent to publish a stable release of 1.3. That's VU 1.3.0.
Gotcha. So maybe let's give another 2 days for maintainers to review their security audit report. And finally, we will collaborate with the OSTIF team to create a blog post on both 2 websites. So let's target January 15th as the final ETA to get the security audit report ready. For the blog post, as you are currently driving the discussion with OSTIF, do you have any advice for the blog post?
Yeah, the blog post is currently, according to Helen from the OSTF site, it is planned this Friday to publish the blog post. And I think before publishing the blog post, we need to, the audit team to upload the security audit report to our Notary project specification repository and the right directory so that in the blog post, it can reference to our security audit results. And also, Feynman, I think you are sharing the screen as you shared here. We also need to, I'm not sure whether this page will automatically fetch the content, but this page also needed to be updated to reflect that. So that means that if we want to target this Friday for the blog post, then probably, yeah, as you mentioned, give 2 days. This is Thursday. This January 15th. We needed to have the audit report stored in the Notary project specification, or at least the PR created for review. Yeah, so I would suggest that maintainer to take another look on the audit report. I think previously we already reviewed several rounds, and I think the last update is related to the CVEs we just published. Not the CVEs, the advisories that we published. So it should be a small effort for maintainers. Then we can reply to the audit team, and they can start to create the PR. Yeah, so in short, let's target in this Friday to officially publish the security audit blog post.
Thank you, Yi, for sharing the proposed timeline. So we will continue to keep in touch with the audit team and ask them to raise a pull request to our Git specifications, GitHub repository, and also the website. Note that this page needs to be manually updated after the specification repository gets updated. We have to link the audit report from spec repo to this page.
Yeah, I think I will follow up with the audit team to drive the report publishing. So once maintainers review the audit report, please let me know. I will work with them on the PR.
So I saw your comment in the chat. So you are suggesting that we have to cut the stable v1.3 as soon as possible to include the latest fix for the vulnerability.
Yes, we should release the 1.3.0 as soon as possible to cover the security fix as the stable release.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that we want to discuss and align today. Is about the timeline of notation v1.3. Patrick, I know you have been driving the release of notation libraries and CLI in the community. I believe the vote of the notation goal v1.2, this may need further agreement on the vote.
Yeah, this is notation core goal.
Sorry.
So yeah, I have this PR that's pending approval. So notation core goal needs 3 approvals to merge. So we have released TSP client goal. To release notation core goal, we need to bump up the dependency first. I have shared the PR link in the chat. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this is the first one. So this is pending. One more approval is pending, and we can merge it. Then we need to revote for the release.
Thank you, Patrick, for driving the release. It's quite exciting to see we eventually have the TSP client Go library goes to stable release, the first major release. By the way, there might be a small typo here. It's not TCP. You may want to revise to TSP client, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, it should be test time. Yeah, let me make a change.
So maybe Pritesh, if you still have any bandwidth today, please take a look at the bump up pull request.
Yeah, I have approved that one. The only thing is like the message is wrong, but the code still looks right.
Thank you, Pritesh.
Oh, you guys are very agile. Now it gets merged.
Yeah, I just merged it. Then I need to revise the release note. Let me do it now, and then we can revote because the commit hash has changed.
Yeah, we have to revise the release commit and also the full change log, right?
Correct. Yes.
I think you can reshare the link if you have everything ready. Patrick, we will continue to discussion on the next milestone, and you can work in parallel with the notation core goal v1.2 release.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, fortunately, we have Pritesh in the meeting today. We can have the help. We can ask Pritesh's help with this release. Before we jump to the last topic, discuss the scope of notation v1.4. I want to just kind of remind the maintainers who had submitted the proposals to KubeCon EU. So you may want to check your email and keep an eye on it because the CFP notification will be sent out by CNCF today. I saw some of the maintainers from other communities already received notifications. So keep an eye on that. If you have your proposals accepted by CNCF, feel free to share your proposals in the community. Okay, the last topic is to quickly review the next milestone. It's our upcoming v1.4. So in general, we will have two milestones as the next minor release is v1.4, mainly targeting notation blob signing and the verification feature request. And next would be the new major release. It's actually notation v2.0. As we still have a bunch of issues opened, but there are only two issues marked as v1.4. I want to see if any other issues that we all think that it is necessary need to be included in the v1.4.
Yeah, I think we can, the two issue listed here are I think, the purpose for 1.4 or based on the specification for the second scenario, if we discuss later, it will introduce some breaking changes. We may consider notation V2, but as for now, we can charge with 1.4 milestone. And I would suggest for now, we can check the 1.3 milestone to see any issue that we can not complete in the stable release, and we can charge those to see whether we need to move to the 1.4.
Sounds good. Seems we still have 10 issues opened in v1.3. let's start from the V1.3, and we can give some time for folks to review other issues in maybe in the future milestone. Is there any ideas on triaging? If not, we're gonna continue with triage the issues in V1.3 because we are about to finalize this release within 1 week. So some of the issues may not be committed to be completed in V1.3. So we may have to move it to our next minor release. The first one is notation key and cert command, support formatted JSON output. This is a brand new feature for notation, and it will definitely introduce maybe a new flag and parameter. How about we move this feature to V1.4 or even V2?
Fabian, and this one is a duplicate issue. You should look at the original issue. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. But actually that one might
so,
be the original
okay.
one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Because this was opened elderly, and it has much comprehensive description. I think this issue is valuable because it will definitely enable notation in the CI/CD and automation scenario. But based on our current goal is to cut the release as soon as possible. Maybe we don't have enough bandwidth and time to have this feature included in V1.3.
Hey, Fernand, if we have limited bandwidth, can we just add blobs and move out everything else? Like we don't even need to review other issues, right?
Currently, there are only blob signing related feature in V1.4. You're right.
There should be delta CRL in the release.
Delta cell is actually in notation Go, right?
Essentially, it's in notation core Go. A part of it might be in notation Go. Yeah. Yeah. That's the delta cell. That's notation Go. We have the code in notation core Go as well. The PR is in notation core Go. Yeah.
I see. This is a remaining part of the overall CLL support strategy.
Correct.
So we have blob signing CLL, delta CLL support. We have two major work items already captured. So back to the V1.3 milestone. How about we move this to V2? If we have bandwidth, if we have resource and any potential contributors who want to take it up, maybe we can bring it back. And I believe this also requires a spec, right? Because it will update related flag and parameter.
I would suggest move all the rest of the 1.3 to the milestone V2. And if we see those features are really important, we can backport to the 1.4.
Any thoughts from other maintainers?
Yeah, I think yeah, I agree with Shui's proposal.
And seems Pritesh, your proposal was also aligned with Shui. I heard that you want to keep the block signing as the only priority from your side, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a priority, but yeah, I mean, it would be much easier try it if we, and since we already know we don't have a bandwidth to pick all of them, it's just better to start with blob signing, and as Patrick said, we should also have a delta CRL.
Okay. It looks like there are still maybe 1 or 2 issues related to CLL in the V1.3 milestone. For this one, end-to-end test for relocation using CLL and OCSP. Should this end-to-end test included in V1.3?
I would say it's good to have, but it shouldn't block the release.
One question on this issue, since Pritesh, you will have limited time working on this. So do you see anyone will, I mean, from your side, will working on this?
It's highly unlikely that anyone from our side is working on this. It's highly unlikely.
Sorry, can you say it again?
It's highly unlikely that we will be able to pick this one. So we don't have any resource assigned to make any feature update or any changes, at least for next 1 quarter.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we also need to remove the assignees. Yeah, remove pedestrian name. Otherwise, yeah, when people see this issue, it seems someone is handling this one.
I just removed the assignee.
Yeah.
And Pritesh, as you are the issue author, so you are proposing that this is a nice to have, but won't block V1.3, right?
Yes, it's an end-to-end test. So yeah, it's good to have, but shouldn't block the release.
Do you think it is reasonable to mark this issue as help wanted or
So
good first issue?
Freeman, the CIL part has already been done actually by Junjie. So the only remaining part is OCSP.
You mean the end-to-end test?
Yes, the end-to-end test, CIL part has already been done by Junjie. So I would say if Junjie would like to take the rest of the work, if yes, then we can assign it to Junjie.
For 2.0 or 1.4? What is a milestone for this issue?
We're
I think it should
discussing
be 2.0, and if we want it in 1.4, then we can backport it into 1.4.
Hey, Patrick, go ahead,
I,
Junjie.
I can have a look, but it's not our priority. If we have more important work, we should do that. But I can have a look.
Yeah, I think my suggestion is that currently we at this moment we have other priority work. the release, blob sign, and the delta cell. I think the delta cell is also Junjie working on that. So currently, if we don't have any assignees, we just keep it as there, and we just move to another milestone. Then later on, once we, because we will check status over time. So later on, once we complete the other tasks, then we put all the issues together to see whether we still have other prioritized work. If not, we can write the end-to-end test to improve the test coverage. I suggest for now we just update the milestone to V2.
I saw thumbs up from Patrick. Shui and Pritesh, any concerns if we move this issue to V2? And maybe as this is just an end-to-end, maybe we can also tag this issue as good. Let me find that label. Good first issue, or maybe help wanted. In case any contributors in the community who wanna take it.
So just to confirm that the CLL part is done, right? But the OCSP part is not done yet for the
Yes.
E2 test.
Yes, you're right.
But for the OCSP, we do have the unit test, right?
Yes, in notation Quogo.
Okay, and then I think we have good enough qualities for V1. Yes, we can move that to the V2.
Okay, so Junjie, would you mind comment here with the related CLL end-to-end test, so Pritesh can double check and also change the title
Sure.
to focus on the OCSP.
Let me.
Yes, by the way, so by the way, if we can catch the 1.3 release, we can also include that change. If we cannot catch that, we can backport the E2 test to the 1.4. Basically, the work of this issue should not block the V1.3 release.
That makes sense to me. So with the inputs from local project maintainers, I think we all are good to move it to V2. If time permits, we may include it or backport it to V1.3.
Or V1.4, basically V1. Yeah. So Junjie, can you also comment in this issue so that we should backport this change from V2 to V1?
Sure.
One question from my side. I assume this end-to-end test, this kind of issue might be friendly with low learning curve for new contributors. Is there any concern if we mark it as help wanted or good first issue? If ourselves don't have any priorities or resource to work on that.
It may not be an easy work because the contributor need to be familiar with our end-to-end framework, also need to be familiar with OCSP, and the contributor may need to figure out a way to set up a OCSP server in the pipeline. So I don't think it's easy work.
I second that. I mean, it's pretty involved one, and probably not a good issue for new contributor.
Okay. Thanks for your advice. We will just keep it in our loop and then triage it after we 1.3. Is this issue duplicated with the one that we just talked about? We just discussed the end-to-end test for validating OCSP. So for this issue,
I will try again. Yep, it looks the same one. It's a duplicate one.
okay. E, do you have any concerns if we mark it as duplicated?
No, yeah, it should be duplicated.
Yes,
Okay.
it's duplicated. Can you also comment in the issue so we link those duplicated issues together?
Sure.
Many thanks.
My pleasure. I think it should be this one. I have also moved this issue to V2 milestone, which aligns with another issue that we have been discussed.
You can probably mark this one as a need for help. It's a relatively simpler change, just changing a turning between notation and notation go, allowing users to configure the timeout.
I see. Looking at the issue description, seems we want to introduce a flag or a field to allow users to customize the OCSP timeout threshold, right?
Yep.
As this is an enhancement and may need additional spec and additional implementation, how about we move it to V2?
Currently, there is no customer requirement for this feature now. So the priority maybe is low.
Neither I don't have any voices. I mean, I don't heard any customers or users from the community who strongly rely on this issue. Pritesh or Josh? Maybe Pritesh.
No, even we
you-
haven't heard from any of our users who need this
Okay.
change.
Previously, there is a customer that their OCSP server is very slow and need over 2 seconds. But currently, I think this issue has been resolved, and we don't need this feature now.
If no certain user asks, maybe we can just move it to the future as our backlog, but without any priority in our upcoming milestones.
Can we just close it, or once we need this feature, we can create another one? Any concern?
Maybe we can move to the backlog.
Okay.
To the future backlog.
Okay. If no more concerns, I will move it to future as a part of our backlog. We have 5 minutes left. Let's do a quick look based on the title level and see if any issues are related or necessary for V1.3 and V1.4. If not, we're gonna move the rest of these issues to V2.
Yeah, I think let's move them to V2 because currently this week we will going to release a stable release, and I don't see this issue will block our current release.
Any thoughts from other maintainers? If no concerns, I think we will go and move all of these 7 issues to V2. For these 2 bugs, I think they may not be bugs, but actually UX improvement for the error message. So I will remove the bug label from these 2 issues because obviously these 2 are not bugs. They're actually the UX enhancement, UX improvement for error message. In case users might be confused that why we do not fix the known bugs in a stable release. Based on our discussion, we will move these 7 issues to V2. Most of them are feature requests or enhancement to our existing features. Okay, I think the V1.3 milestone is very clean, 100% completed. So folks, I think we have finished these two topics in the community meeting. And we trashed those issues related to V1.4 and also V2. Any questions from the community? If not, I think we can finish today's meeting on time.
Feynman,
Yeah,
I just want
please.
to mention that for next Monday, it will be a U.S. public holiday, right? The Martin Luther King Day. So will this meeting be canceled, or we will continue this meeting?
I think it might be canceled because it's hard to find or reschedule to another time slot next week. Let's see. I will ask this question in the notation Slack channel and see if any Notary project maintainers can join that meeting. If not, I think we're gonna cancel next occurrence due to the public holiday in US. And Shui, thanks for the reminder. All right, thank you, folks. Have a nice day. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Bye.
Thank you.